Welcome to the last two pages in Unit 5. Now let's check together the hot verbs take and put. So there are so many expressions that can come with take and put. So let's look at these examples. He was given his own computer, which he put to use creating movies. He took part in the festival. Sarah had to take responsibility for her mom's condition, for her mother's condition. So let's match these words here with either take or put. So take a moment to think about them and let's solve them together, okay? Can pause the video. All right, so let's try to do them together. So I will give you some examples. For example, let's start with take. So I can say take something or somebody for granted. Okay, we can say this like don't take me for granted, or I can say take my advice, or don't take offense, take offense. I can say, well, this is taking ages, or it took ages to finish. So I can say take ages. I can say take criticism. He doesn't take criticism very well. Or I can say take part, like Adil Imam is taking part in the new movie. Or take place, like to happen. Or take no notice. Or take a risk, like he's going to take the risk and travel abroad and find a scholarship. Let's go to the verb put. Put, I can say put my arm around her, or put somebody in charge of something, or put pressure on somebody, like her mom's medical condition put a lot of pressure on her health. Or put a stop to something, or put a plan into practice, or put his work first. So let's try to go to some other sentences, and we're going to listen and try to complete with the right expression using either take or put in the right form or the correct form in the sentence. So let's listen together.
Tape script 5.9. 1.
The wedding took place in an old country church. It was lovely, but it was miles away. It took ages to get there.
2.
My son's buying cigarettes, but I'll soon put a stop to that. I won't give him any more pocket money.
3.
Please don't take offence, but I don't think your work has been up to your usual standard recently.
4.
I told you that boy was no good for you. You should have taken my advice and had nothing to do with him.
5.
The older you get, the more you have to learn to take responsibility for your own life.
6.
My boss is putting pressure on me to resign, but I won't go.
7.
I tried to get the teacher's attention, but she took no notice of me at all.
8.
Children never say thank you or how are you to their parents. They just take them for granted.
All right, let's try to answer them together. Okay, so number 1, the wedding took place. Very good. In an old country church. It was lovely, but it was miles away. It took ages to get there. Yes, excellent. Number 2, my son's buying cigarettes, but I'll soon put a stop to that. I won't give him any more pocket money. Number 3, please don't take offense. Don't be offended. But I don't think your work has been up to your usual standard recently. Number 4, I told you that boy was no good for you. You should have taken my advice Number 5, the older you get, the more you have to learn to take responsibility for your own life. Okay, now let's go to number 6. My boss is putting pressure on me to resign. But I won't go. Number 7, I tried to get the teacher's attention, but she took no notice of me. She took no notice of me at all. Number 8, children never say thank you or how are you to their parents. They just take them for granted. Yep. Here we go, another exercise. So try to make your own examples of these words and try to write some examples under the video. Let's try to match the lines here from A with B and notice the expressions that can come with take or put. So let's take a look at it together to try to do it together. Okay, so number 1, take your time. We're not in a hurry. Very good. Take your time. We're not in a hurry. Number 2, the party's on the 21st. Put it in your diary. Put it in your diary. Number 3, I told her a joke about the French and it turned out she was French. Oops, you really put your foot in it, didn't you? You really put your foot in it. So to put your foot in it, it means to say something by accident which embarrasses or upsets someone. Let's check the dictionary together. This is a very nice expression, right? So put your foot in it or put your foot in your mouth. So to say something by accident which embarrasses or upsets someone. I really put my foot in it with Alison. I had no idea she was divorced. Okay, let's go to number 4. Take it easy. Calm down. There is no need to panic. Number 5, put yourself in my shoes. What would you do? Like as if you were me and you're in my place. What would you do? Number 6, you always take things too personally. Not everything is your fault. All right. So the nice thing about these words is that they could actually increase your vocabulary and they are quite easy because you already know the meaning of the words. They are not difficult to remember. So we have here these 8 sentences and we need to complete them with the phrasal verbs with take and the phrasal verbs with put. So let's listen and try to complete them together. So let me just make the screen a little bit closer so you can see all the sentences with me. All right. So the first 4 sentences, we're going to use take, and the second 4 sentences from 5 to 8, we're going to use the phrasal verbs with put. Okay. So take a look at them and then let's listen together.
Tape script 5.10. 1.
The shop takes on a lot of extra staff every Christmas.
2.
The lecture was too complicated, and the students couldn't take it all in.
3.
My business really took off after I picked up 6 new clients.
4.
You called me a liar, but I'm not. Take that back and say sorry.
5.
Put some music on. Whatever you want.
6.
The disgusting smell of the cheese put me off eating it.
7.
Could you put away your clothes, please? Your room's a total mess.
8.
Put your cigarette out. You can't smoke in here.
All right, so let's do them together one by one, okay? So number 1, the shop takes on a lot of extra staff every Christmas. Very good. The shop takes on a lot of extra staff. Number 2, the lecture was too complicated and the students couldn't take it all in. Take it all in. Number 3, my business really took off after I picked up 60 new clients. So my business really took off. Number 4, you called me a liar, but I am not. Take that back and say sorry. Now let's go to put. Number 5, put some music on, whatever you want. The disgusting smell of the cheese put me off from eating it. Put me off eating it. Number 7, could you put away your clothes, please? Your room's a total mess. Number 8, put your cigarette out. You can smoke in here. All right, so let's try to check the dictionary together for some of these phrasal verbs and see if we can find some of them in the dictionary just to make sure that we can remember them better. Okay, so here is the dictionary. Okay, so let's take the first one we had in the book, which is to take back, to take something back. I like to go with you step by step and show you how we actually learn something in English. So, like, how do we learn the new vocabulary if we find something new? So I wrote take back, and so I got one of the results is to take something back is to return something you have bought to a shop. So in the sentence that we had, which is for example, you called me a liar, but I'm not. Take that back and say sorry. Okay, so it means that you're not going to take it back to a shop, but you're going to admit that you said something wrong. This is the meaning for it. So you can check here from the different variations you get and try to compare it with the context that you have. So you can take something back, like take a statement that you said back because you think it because you made a mistake. Now let's try to write take on, okay? So take something on to accept a particular job or responsibility or to employ someone. For example, when they said that the shop is taking on a lot of extra employees, it means that they are hiring more people than usual. Now, let's try with take in. Take in is to understand. For example, I couldn't take in all the lecture. So it means that I couldn't understand completely the meaning of the lecture. Now let's check the last one in take. It was take off. Let's write it. So take off in the sentence that we had, most probably meant succeed. So to suddenly start to become successful or popular. So her singing career had just begun to take off. You know, like when the plane takes off to fly. So you can use it also to mean that your career is also getting better, to take off. Now let's try with the phrasal verbs with put. Let's take them one by one. So we had put on. So put something on, like when put some music on is to make a device operate, to play something. Like, could you put the light on? Do you mind if I put the television, some music on? Don't forget to put the brake on. Okay, now let's go to another one, which is, let me remember, let me cheat from my notes. Okay, so the disgusting smell of the cheese put me off eating it. So we can try put off. So put off, in here we can have which meaning? To make someone dislike something or someone, or to discourage someone from doing something. The smell of hospitals always puts me off. You have to work long hours, and that puts off a lot of people. His attitude put me right off him. Personally, I did enjoy the film, but don't let that put you off going. Okay, now let's take another one. Put away. Let's write it. Put away. Okay, so if the sentence, could you put away your clothes, please? Your room's total mess. So you need to put it in a place or a container which is usually kept in. So put your toys away now. Now let's go to the last expression of this set. Put your cigarette out. Put out. So put out, here is going to make something that is burning, such as fire or cigarettes, stop burning. So firefighters have been called to put out the fire in the city center. Or would you mind putting your cigarette out, please? So it's like to turn it off or something. All right, so that was the page before the last. Now, are you ready for our last page? If you feel you need some time to take notes, make your own sentences, write your own examples, I would love to see them under the video. So you can do this before we go to the last page of our unit. Take a moment to take your breath, drink some water, breathe, and then let's move to this page. So we're going to listen now to the beginning of 3 phone calls, okay? And tell me if you got the difference between them, and if you could also answer these questions. When and why do we make small talk? Who with and what about? Do you remember the ways we make these questions? All right. And why do organizations have automatic caller menus? And why do people find them frustrating? So let's try to listen together, and you can take notes of the ideas that you get.
Tape script 5.11. 1.
Hello, ABC Logistics. Kathy speaking. How may I help you?
Hello, could you put me through to Katja Hantelman, please?
2.
Hello?
Hello, Pat. It's me, Dave.
Oh, Dave. Hi. How are things?
Not bad. Busy, but life's like that. How's everything with you?
Oh, we've all got the flu, and Mike's away on business, so I've got to do the lot. School, shop, kids, cook, clean. It's great. What are you up to?
This and that.
How's your mother, by the way?
She's a lot better, thanks. Really on the mend.
3.
Welcome to National Phones. To help us deal with your call more efficiently, please select one of the following options. For customer services, press 1. To update your account or for billing inquiries, press 2. To request a brochure or hear about the latest special offers, press 3. To hear these options again, press the hash key. To speak to an operator, please hold.
All right, so let's answer them together. So the first phone conversation, it was a call to a business. The caller speaks to a receptionist, for example, and asks to be put through to a specific person. And the second one was an informal call, like two friends chatting about their life. And the third one, it was a company's recorded message. So these are the three, or the differences between these three conversations. And if you know the meaning of small talk, it's like, it's not a heavy, serious conversation topic. It's like, you know, some light talk about catching up with the news, for example, especially when people has just met. So I want you here. We got a caller is trying to get through to customer services in a credit card company. We're going to complete the text with the lines A to E, okay? And here are the script. So let's listen to it together and try to complete it.
Tape script 5.12.
Thank you for calling Fast Response Credit. Our priorities are service, quality, and customer satisfaction. To help us deal with your call more efficiently, please select one of the following options. To update your account details, press 1. To check your balance, press 2. To report a lost or stolen card, press 3. To request a statement, press 4. To leave a voice message, press 5. For all other inquiries, please hold and you will be connected to an operator. We are currently experiencing unusually heavy call volumes. You may experience a delay of up to 5 minutes. Please hold and you'll be connected to an operator shortly. Your call is important to us. Please continue to hold. Alternatively, please submit your query through www.fastresponse.com. Thank you for calling Fast Response Customer Services Department. All our lines are now closed. To speak to an operator, please call Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
One does hate when an automated message we get on calling any company. It drives us crazy, right? I know, it drives me crazy as well. So let's try to complete them together, okay? So thank you for calling Fast Response Credit. Our priorities are service, quality, and customer satisfaction. To help us deal with your call more efficiently, please select one of the following options. To update your account details, press 1. To check your balance, press 2. Okay, to report a lost or stolen card, press 3. To request a statement, press 4. To leave a voice message, press 5. For all other inquiries, please hold, and you will be connected to an operator. This one here, okay? Let's go to number 3. So it's going to be, we are currently experiencing unusually heavy call volumes. You may experience a delay of up to 5 minutes. Please hold and you'll be connected to an operator shortly. Your call is important to us. And then number 4 is going to be which one? Please continue to hold. Alternatively, please submit your query through this website, fastresponse.com. Thank you for calling Fast Response Customer Services Department. And the last message was all our lines are now closed. to speak to an operator, please call Monday to Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. Yeah, we usually get that a lot, right? So maybe you can try to call your own bank or any company that you deal with for any services and try to make the call in English. You know, you can just, when they say for Arabic, press 1, for English, press 2, maybe this time you can press 2. And you might also get a faster response as well. You will never know. So here we have the end of a telephone conversation between two work colleagues, Andy and Barry, and we're going to put the lines in the correct order. So here they are. Let's listen and try to do it together.
Tape script 5.13.
So, Barry, it was good to talk to you. Thanks very much for phoning.
My pleasure. Oh, by the way, how's your golf these days? Still playing?
No, not much. I just don't seem to find the time these days. Anyway, Barry...
What a shame. You used to enjoy it so much.
It's true. Right, Barry, I must fly. I'm late for a meeting.
OK, don't want to keep you. So, you'll give me a ring when you're back, right?
I certainly will. And you'll email me a copy of the report?
It'll be with you first thing tomorrow.
That's great, Barry. Have a good weekend.
Same to you too. Bye, Andy.
Bye, Barry.
If you would like to listen to it one more time before we answer them together, pause the video and then let's check the answer. So number 1, it's already like it's ordered here. Okay. All right, so let's write down the order. I will write you the answers and then you can check it. Okay. All right, so you're going to read like this. So Barry, it was good to talk to you. Thanks very much for phoning. And then my pleasure. By the way, how's your golf these days? Still playing? And then no, not much. I just don't seem to find the time these days. Anyway, Barry. And then number 4, what a shame, you used to enjoy it so much. And then we go to number 5. It's true, right, Barry? I must fly. I'm late for a meeting. And then, okay, don't want to keep you, so you'll give me a ring when you're back, right? Seems like they're just trying to get the conversation done. And then 7, I certainly will, and you'll email me a copy of the report. So I will let you listen to it one more time while you can see the answers in front of you. And after that, I want you to try to read it out loud with them. Any conversation that you get and you listen to it multiple times and you try to read it out loud with them, try to imitate their intonation, tone of voice, and everything. So let's listen to it one more time.
Tape script 5.13.
So, Barry, it was good to talk to you. Thanks very much for phoning.
My pleasure. Oh, by the way, how's your golf these days? Still playing?
No, not much. I just don't seem to find the time these days. Anyway, Barry...
What a shame. You used to enjoy it so much.
It's true. Right, Barry, I must fly. I'm late for a meeting.
OK, don't want to keep you. So, you'll give me a ring when you're back, right?
I certainly will. And you'll email me a copy of the report?
It'll be with you first thing tomorrow.
That's great, Barry. Have a good weekend.
Same to you too. Bye, Andy.
Bye, Barry.
I hope that time was easier. This was a very nice unit talking about the future and expressions that we can use on the phone, recorded messages on the phone, and take and put hot verbs. If you remember them, you can make some more examples or write them under the video. So I hope you finish your study and wait for Unit 6.